Hi guys, a very warm welcome back to A Cup of Cosy. Emma and I are on our own this time, aren't we?
We are. We're literally, I don't know about you, but I'm counting down the days prepping for the half term and Easter.
Oh my goodness
That's
me.
the current situation.
So
at the
how many
moment.
days do the kids finish before Easter weekend? Because obviously it's early this year, isn't it?
So Friday, so this Friday that's coming up, they're off for 2 weeks, so we've got a week before Easter.
Oh
so
my
it's a week
God.
of entertaining before the Easter
And
shenanigans.
have you got any nice Easter shenanigans planned?
Well, my little boy turns 3 on Easter Sunday, so that's super
lovely.
sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although he'll have like his birthday presents and then his Easter eggs.
Oh my
Double
goodness,
treat.
yeah. I was just about to say, can you not
Yeah.
combo the two?
I know.
Or will he be clued up to that? Like,
I don't
no,
know,
Mum, I'm having both.
Yeah. We keep talking about it like it's on Easter, so every birthday you're not always going to get chocolate eggs.
Yeah.
But we are going away, so we have Easter Sunday, and then on the Monday we're going to Good Old Haven. Good Old Haven holiday.
See, I've heard so many things about this, like on TikTok, on the lives, and every single mum that's been has sang its praises. I've never been, but I'm definitely going to
You know what?
send...
It just ticks the boxes.
Does it?
Like, it's not the most expensive holiday.
Is it a bit like Centre Parks vibes?
I'd say it's Centre Parks vibes, but probably not as, like, Centre Parks is a higher price range.
Yeah.
And it's a bit more lodgy, like more activities and things like that. Haven's like, it's your caravans, you get your bronze, your silver, your gold. So you pick your poison, really, see which one you want to go for. But then you've got, one thing I will say is that we're going back to the one that we went to last year, and the swimming pool was cold. And it's like, that's not okay for a family caravan.
No.
I was in the pool like
Shivering.
I don't like swimming with the kids at the best of times. I just do it purely for them.
Yeah.
They don't get excited about those activities.
No.
And I just remember watching the big clock in the pool, like, this is cold, I want to get out.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, and then I literally looked online because I was so angry about it, I wanted to complain. And I saw that everybody says it about that particular Haven site, that the pool is just freezing. So I'm preparing for that again this time.
Which is take your thermals.
It's just not fun though, is it? For
No,
family,
not really.
Family holiday park.
But you know what? I do think going away for those types of weekends, because there's a lot of expectation, I think, on parents, especially with kids who are slightly older. Like, I've still got a toddler, and you're in that sort of older bracket now with your two. There's a pressure, isn't there, to do something huge for Easter. And obviously I've been in trouble in the past for all the things I've said about blooming pumpkin picking. But it is a bit like that. It's a pressure, isn't it? To
what are you doing for Easter?
What are you doing?
What are the kids doing for Easter?
And you're like, I don't know.
Mums talk about it at the school gates. Like, what are you doing? Wait, what are you doing?
Going
for Easter?
away is the hack.
So it is.
Because it's like, it's something fun, something different. I mean, Reeva's only 16 months, but we're going away with my mum. Just for like an Airbnb weekend away somewhere near Wrexham.
Lovely.
So hopefully if the weather's a bit nice, we can take her out. I mean, she doesn't get Easter. Like, she wouldn't understand an egg hunt or anything. She just wouldn't. But hopefully there'll be like a farm or something we can show her the animals and do that type of vibe.
At that age, you don't feel like you have to follow a strict, like, here's an egg hunt, here's an Easter bunny, here's this.
Well, it's funny, actually, this might have happened to you. So one of my friends has got 2 kids who are similar age to yours, and she said that her and her husband spent all the night before, probably Easter Sunday, setting up this egg hunt around the house. And she said it was hours of like, what egg do we put where do we put it, are they going to find it there, they're not going to find it there, what do we do? And got to the morning, they were super excited, the kids, and they said, we've got this Easter egg hunt planned. And they got up at like 7 and the egg hunt was done by 7:30.
Oh.
They were like, now what?
Kids will find chocolate eggs. That's not going to take long.
She was like, it was so quick. And she was like, and now we've got to fill the rest of the day with entertainment. The egg hunt took 30 minutes and that was it.
I always remember because Tyler is like, he's always born around the Easter holiday. So when he was born, I'd come out of hospital, and Easter was like, I think it was like 3 days after I'd come out of hospital. So Olivia was 2 years, 3 months at that point. And I remember just having, because obviously I was like post C-section, I felt really bad that I was hands off with her when I come home from hospital with the new baby. So I set up an Easter hunt in the garden, and like, our garden has no trees, no bushes. It's a new build garden.
They're just eggs all scattered over.
Like, literally, we've not even been in the house that long. It's like your standard new build garden. Open the patio doors, and there's like little eggs just in the grass. And I remember carrying the baby. It was a cold Easter Sunday. I just going around like following her, like, I couldn't bend down.
There's another one.
But afterwards I thought, phew, I've done something that I feel I need to.
Isn't it funny? You feel like,
taken off me. I gave a 2-year-old an Easter egg
you'd like
hunt.
ticked the box.
Didn't need to do it.
No.
She didn't know.
I do agree. It's so funny what we do. I mean, what's your stance on chocolate eggs for the kids?
Well, I mean, obviously it depends on the age of them, but the age mine are, absolutely. I'm a,
Lap it up.
yeah. So you know what? It's funny that you asked that because me and my husband was talking about Easter eggs and presents and things. So when I was younger, my mum used to buy me and my sister an Easter present and not necessarily chocolate eggs. Like
Nice.
this used to be like the Bambi DVD, a
Oh,
little
that's cute.
cup, like an egg cup or something. Sometimes there'd be little chocolate eggs, or
Yeah.
a bunny teddy.
Nice.
And I don't know why. I think it was because she was a bit like, I don't think it's a day where you should be spoilt with chocolate. But now that I'm a mum and I've got kids, I'm like, it's not another Christmas day or like
know.
birthday with presents.
I know.
Here's a chocolate egg.
Totally.
Enjoy it.
I mean, I still, and this is so funny, but I'm 34 and my mum still every year buys myself, my husband, my brother, his girlfriend, chocolate eggs every year. She's done it all my life, really.
That's lovely.
Even now.
And
And she
why
just
not?
loves buying chocolate
Yeah.
eggs for people. I'm 34 and I'm like, which one's she going to get me? What's it going to be? And it's like the same one every year. Ferrero
There's
Rocher,
not
by the way.
really. I don't. Oh, that's a good
Okay.
choice. It's a good choice. Not. I wouldn't do it for kids. Ferrero Rocher.
No, fair
Well, I couldn't
enough.
do it with
Yeah.
mine because mine's got nut allergy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit too special for kids.
Yeah, it is.
But there's not. And correct me if I'm wrong. I can't think. Nothing's standing out when I'm thinking of a time of the year where we celebrate with loads of chocolate. Like it's another like public holiday day. Like Christmas is presents, like birthdays presents, Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's like maybe chocolate.
No, I
plus
think
flowers.
it's just Easter.
So Easter egg, why not just embrace the chocolate on that day?
And they love it, don't
They
they?
do,
They
good chocolate
really
egg.
do. I mean, even Reva's 16 months, I've given her a bit of chocolate.
Have you? When did you start doing it?
Well, it was actually my mother and father-in-law who are big feeders. They did it with
Yeah.
my niece and nephew. And I thought it's only a matter of time before they give her a bit of chocolate to taste. I mean, to be honest, I don't think she massively gets the difference between like chocolate, sweet, fruity
Biscuit,
things,
yeah,
biscuits. I don't
biscuit.
think she really, it's not like she's only going to eat sweets now. She's
Yeah.
just not that age.
Yeah.
And I haven't got to the age where, or the point in motherhood yet, where she's asking for sweets and stuff, because obviously she's not at that position.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, have whatever you want when you want. I don't really enjoy you can only have a sweet treat if you eat that, or
yeah,
I'm
like
a bit
the
like,
bribe, yeah.
eat what you want. Like, I
Yeah.
just feel like they go through waves of what they're into, don't they? And that's the same with savoury food. I feel like there's some savoury things that she smashes, and then there's other days where she won't touch it. And I'm like, it'll be the same with sweet stuff. She'll be up and down.
I always have this thing in my head as well where I think if you deprive a child from something, does it become a bigger one?
Yeah.
So I never wanted
Yeah.
it to be like it's this
Does.
hard to reach thing that you're so
Me
banned
too.
from, but then you get access to it and you go crazy.
Well, it's restriction, isn't it? So you're like
Yeah.
restricting them, and then when they get it, they go crazy. And then when they don't have it, they really want it again because they're not allowed it. I just think it's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Like, I'm definitely
Yeah.
into put it all out there, have whatever you want.
See what they do. I
Yeah.
know with my eldest Olivia, she was just the most extreme fussy eater, and she was such a low birth weight and has always been a low weight child. So we were under pediatricians, dietitians, and they used to say to me, like, if you feel you just need to give her calorific foods, whether that is bad stuff like cakes.
Yeah.
Don't think they gave chocolate particularly as the example, but I always remember they said cakes.
Cake,
It was like,
yeah.
don't feel bad because she needs calories.
Yeah.
And if she's literally refusing everything, your number one priority is calories. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, just hearing it come from someone professional has like taken that
But
off
that
me.
doesn't surprise me because it's
Yeah.
like the kids.
Yeah.
You know, and then as they get to an age when they get older and they start going to school themselves, they'll probably stop off at the shop and get bags of sweets with the pocket money. You can't control it forever. And I
No.
think creating this like sweet stuff is the worst thing in the world to a child is,
It's going to build some intrigue,
I
isn't
think
it?
it's just going to make them, it's like anything in life. They want what they can't have.
hold
Everybody
something
does.
back.
Don't hold it back. Like, if you
Yeah.
just don't talk about it as bad or good, in my view, they won't know the difference.
No, I can't actually remember the age of my kids when I introduced chocolate and cake, but I just remember when my little boy turned 1 and he went to nursery. They give the kids a little like cupcake on their birthday.
Yeah.
It's like just something to do when they turn 1. And I remember I mustn't have given him cake before then because pictures came with him with his chocolate cake, and I do remember saying, I haven't even given him cake yet. So I must have held off
Yeah.
for a year, but I don't think I did with Olivia. I think
No.
no, definitely no, I didn't with her.
No.
But I must have done with him. Maybe he didn't like
But
it,
I
or
get it,
didn't
because you're
seem to want
told,
it.
aren't you, about, like, obviously from when the babies, you want to fill them with all the goodness. And
Yeah.
I get it. And you do. You do. They need to eat healthy food. I get it. But it's creating that big drama around it is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I don't really like basically, Montana Brown's come out, hasn't she? I mean, she's quite opinionated on social media anyway.
Yes.
But she's come out and said something about sweet
The
treats
school
in
dinners,
schools.
isn't it? Yeah. And
So what she said?
She said that children at school, they get like a dessert pudding every day. And obviously my eldest is at school, and I wasn't really like clued up on like if they do or not. Like my little girl gives nothing away about school. So I'd be like, what have you had for lunch today? Even though I know, because I pick it on this
Menu.
like, yeah. And she'd say like, oh, I can't remember. So I'd have to physically go on this app to see what
Yeah.
she'd eaten. And then I'd say what it was, and she goes, oh yeah, I had that. And that's literally all we got. And then it was only as like the month started to unfold, she'd go, then I had biscuits and some fruit. So I'd be like, oh, you've had biscuits at school. And then occasionally she'd say like, there were some cakes on the table and I didn't get one, and I cried. And I'd be like, cakes? Okay. Like, I didn't know about this because she'd never said it. So then I was assuming, okay, I think there must be a dessert every day, but she's not telling me. And I really didn't think anything more of it.
No.
So when I heard Montana Brown saying that she doesn't think that kids should have that every day. I think she referenced sticky toffee pudding at one point, saying like, they
It's
don't
a
need
favourite
that a day.
though, isn't it?
I don't know. I
Love
just
it.
kind of thought like my little girl is not going to get addicted to cake for having a piece every day. Oh, it's just a little treat. I've not seen the sizes, but I'm sure they're small. Like I'm sure we're not
also
talking
think
about
as
a quarter
well,
of cake.
Like, if you know that they've had sticky toffee pudding or whatever at school that day, I would then think later on that day, I'll just deter from giving her loads of sweet stuff. Do you know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
won't, if I know that she's had that. I feel like everything's a balance.
Yeah.
You know, if they're allowed a bit, or maybe they didn't want it. So like Olivia could have been at school and not wanted the sticky toffee pudding at all.
Exactly.
And therefore might want something later.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a balance.
And I think she's just got worked up about the whole, how it links to weight and obesity. But again, it's like, where do you draw the line? Like, I think the meals in general are pretty healthy at schools because they have to be. Like a little bit of cake after your dinner, it's not necessarily going to mean, well, if you have doing this every day, you are on the road to obesity.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit extreme.
Well, don't they say as well that a lot of weight issues with kids as well, as adults, it's mental health related anyway.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, if you're creating this sort of negative space around food, surely that's contributing to a negative headspace in general for the child. And then they're more likely to eat in the wrong way. I don't know.
Possibly.
I feel like, because a lot of it is mental related, isn't it? When you know, if you've got a weight problem or a weight condition,
Yeah.
whether you're on the lower side or the obese side, quite often it's mental health related.
I reckon so, yeah. But also, like, if it was a bit of a serve yourself thing at school where
Yeah.
they could keep going back for seconds
All
and
you
thirds,
can eat.
I'd be like, like that
too.
needs to stop. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
that. But I'm sure they just get one portion of cake at lunchtime. I don't think there's a big deal
No,
in it at all.
I don't.
I
And
just
to be
think it's
honest, hearing
extreme.
that they're eating is quite a blessing, because I think
Yeah.
for the majority of mums, the issue is actually getting them to eat. Not, you know, if you're lucky and you've got a child that eats everything, whether that be savoury or sweet, then that's brilliant.
Yeah.
But if you've got, you know, a child that just barely eats, I know my brother was like that, just such a struggle getting anything down him. So my mum would just give him anything that he wanted, just so that at least he was getting some food.
Yeah, and it's all about balance, isn't it? I'm sure if you look at everything a child eats on a school day, like you as parents, I mean, I don't know if this is for every school, but for ours it is, we bring in a snack.
Yeah.
And we actually do tend to give Olivia apple because, I mean, Olivia's a funny example. She does have a sweet tooth.
Does
and
she?
like I was saying before about her weight and stuff, like she's a really difficult child to feed. So she probably might have maybe more treats than other kids. I don't know. But we're like, right, she likes apples. So I feel really content knowing that she's having apple for that snack. She comes home to me and says like, oh, my friend, like at Christmas, she's saying, my friends are bringing in mince pies. And like my husband had said, should we do that for her? I'm like, no, it's fine. She does have cake at school because we know
Yeah.
about the pudding situation.
Yeah.
Just stick with this apple because she's eating it.
Yeah.
It is a balanced day. And
Yeah.
I think that's the key thing. It's balance.
Totally.
But yeah, if it is a
Does
serve
she ask
yourself,
for stuff? Because I
Yeah,
think that's
she
obviously
does-
something I'm not in that
she begs
place
for
yet.
treats, yeah, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Whereas my little boy doesn't. He's actually not that fussed on sweet stuff. Obviously I've not brought them up any differently.
No.
And he is not fussed, but she would eat bad stuff. But she calls it bad stuff now, and I don't know if this is from me saying things, but she'll go, Mummy, I just want bad stuff. And I'm like,
We all have those moments though, don't we? Where I'm like,
I'm like,
all I
same
want
girl,
today
same.
is pizza and cake.
That's all I want,
Yeah.
bad stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, but I do, like, it's about balance. At
Yeah.
night time, before I go to bed, I'll always have a cup of tea and a chocolate bar or
Yeah.
a little cake or
Or
biscuits with my
biscuit.
cup of tea. Yeah, so it's
Nice.
like, well, I'm doing it.
I
So I
know.
can't really, like,
think
hide it from
when
her.
they get older, like older, like where they can actually understand
Yeah.
healthy eating a bit more, then I think I will definitely get into that with Reva, explain to her why she needs to eat this way and not
Yeah.
this way all the time. But she would never understand, like they're not they're that little.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand it anyway. They think you're just depriving them, don't they? That's all
Exactly,
they
yeah.
see it as,
Yeah.
is deprivation.
Yeah.
They don't see it as anything else at that age,
Yeah.
surely.
I think it was just a bit of like seriously, you're going onto social media to moan about the fact that schools are giving a treat after after the lunch meal. Like, seriously, did you get that passionate to go on and record a video about it? Like, really?
And I feel like for decades, schools have done main meal and dessert. I feel like that has gone
Yeah.
on for decades and decades. And obesity in kids is definitely is worse now than what it was back then. But I don't think that's the key reason, in my
No.
opinion. I feel like that particular setup at school has been going on for
Yeah, I don't
like,
think
my
that
mum's
is
age.
to
and
answer for the
No.
obesity of kids because
No.
they've been served a dessert every day.
I don't think so
I think
either.
by the portion sizes, I'm sure it was really nothing to go screaming about. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And in terms of Easter, going back to Easter weekend and plans, obviously you've got your son's birthday.
Yes.
Is that something that you organise? Or does your husband get involved? Is it all on you? How do you feel about the planning of parties and things like that?
It's a weird one because birthdays are normally, they always sit with me. I'm the default parent for birthdays, and I always have been with Olivia, and every single year she has a party, and we've touched on this before in another episode that we were chatting about, and I love a good party for my kids, so I do go all out. However, now like Tyler's turning 3, this is really weird. We're kind of going in this little bit of a split where like I do the girl stuff, and I've noticed that this
Really?
year my husband has been buying all of Tyler's presents because he's really
Yeah,
into
into
football
boys
and
stuff, yeah.
and like scooting and stuff like that. Like, he's took lead on it without us even discussing it, and we're not having a party for him. He booked Haven, like he's actually done it.
That's
But he hasn't
really good.
organised any sort of gathering.
No.
So he doesn't do any of the social side of it.
No.
But he's really stepped up in terms of like ordering presents and taking
Brilliant.
care of that side of it, where this is the first time ever it's always been me.
Yeah.
I've been the birthday person.
From the start. And was
yeah.
that from when they were tiny as well? Because like
Yeah.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
the default
Yeah.
parent. And
I
like
organise
anytime I
everything.
ask Luke to do anything, he'll go, oh yeah. Or if I say I had to do that again, he'll go, oh, just ask. Just
Yeah.
ask me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I shouldn't have to ask.
Yeah.
Because you watch me
Yeah,
do
step
it
up and get
every
involved.
day.
Yeah.
Just you don't
Yeah.
have to ask.
Just-
and he's like, but I don't
yeah.
see the problem with just asking because I'll do it. And I'm like,
Do you
it's
enjoy
an-
doing it though? Like, or do you think
I am a
it
bit of
just
a
falls on you?
control-y
Yeah.
thing, so I get it. But it's only because I've been doing it constantly that it just
falls on you.
becomes your rhythm, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I remember he said to me once about getting up in the morning with Reva. I always do it. And he went, you're just much better equipped than I am.
Oh, you're so much good at.
And I went,
So
what,
much
you're
better
better
at-
equipped than
Yeah.
lying in bed
Yeah,
in
you're
the morning.
better equipped at getting out of bed earlier than I am. It's like, it's
Yeah.
not a skill.
I'm like, no, get out of bed.
we could both do that.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of stuff, particularly around parents and parties and stuff, where a lot of it does lie on the default parent, and it can be stressful.
Yeah.
Organising birthdays and Easter and
It
God
can.
knows what.
I don't know what it is. It's like something inside of me, and I don't know if like any of the mums listening as well who do this, maybe they might feel like, yeah, it's because we're mums and we do it. Like, I just feel like it just rolls in me right. It's a birthday. Plan this, plan that. I just kind of like, I don't really stop to think. I just do it.
Yeah.
I do remember though when it was Olivia's 4th birthday. And again, I just went with it, planned everything. And it must have been literally the day before the party. My husband said, he never asked my opinion on any of this party
gosh.
stuff. And inside I was fuming because I thought, I don't own the party. You just
You
say.
can get involved.
Just say.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
No.
And then, he went on to say, like, I like the entertainment you've booked for it. Like, I don't know if Olivia's going to particularly like that. Like, you didn't ask me. I'm sat there thinking, you don't have to put your hand up and ask.
No.
Just chip in at any point, please.
100%. Because I think it's Lou Beckett, who is Rob Beckett, the comedian's wife.
Yeah.
She is amazing. And she has written a book about being the default parent. And she's made him read it, a husband. And he said, apparently it actually was a real positive because he came out understanding a bit more where she's coming from. Because he probably felt the same, like she does everything and she's happy doing everything. But it's like, it's because she doesn't have the mental load or capacity to actually ask. Like, there's too much I'm doing.
You're in that
I can't
mode
think.
where
It's
you
a job in
just-
itself, isn't it?
yeah, you
Asking
just
and
roll.
delegating.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm rubbish at that. So
Yeah.
that's why I do.
So just get on with it.
My life would be so much easier if I just had that thing inside me that was easier at delegating, but I haven't got it.
Yeah.
So I just crack on, hit burnout, and then I'll be telling someone and like, do you not delegate these things? I'm like, no, maybe that's a downfall for me. I'm expecting someone to step in and go, oh, you look overtired with this. Let me help.
Definitely.
Doesn't work like that though, does
but
it?
I'm like that. I expect other people to be
know.
like me
Mind
and then
readers.
just go, I'm going to help you or
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But actually, you've got to just,
You have.
You've
I
got- it's
still think
another
they'll read
job.
the room.
I know.
Come on.
I know, certain things. Well, if you're watching at home and you're the default parent or you feel like the mental load's left on you, most of the time it's mum.
It is most of the time, yeah. But if there is a default dad, or
Yeah,
or,
we'd
a
love
mum
to
that-
hear from you, dads.
Yeah, or mum that will hold a hand up and say, actually, the dad takes care of all the birthdays. Also, let us know your thoughts on treats at school. Sticky toffee pudding after their sausage and mash.
And Easter related.
And Easter treats, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing as always. And I hope you can join us on the next pod.
Yeah, and have a great Easter. Catch you next time.